Welcome back everyone to WindStop Strategy Part 7 now. It's been a few days since I last recorded, but all I remember is an amazing boss fight where we managed to pull through in the end with the whale in that Boar territory. But now we can pass our turn again and see what happens in terms of events. Okay, they attack us right away. So let's get our third team composition going. Slight injuries here and there, but it's alright. And more vents. I beg you, sir, my child is innocent. Please show mercy. I beg you, sir, let my child go. Stop your nagging, get lost now. What are you still dawdling for? Can't even handle such a small matter, useless bunch. Reporting to the Celestial Master, we captured some young boys and girls, but this old fool is clinging to us and won't let go. Useless. I beg you, sir, return my child. Damn it, stop your whining. He attacks her. But a young girl steps in. Stop, you bunch of bastards. The archer lass, another harpshooty. How dare you? Who are you? You dare interfere in Sparrow Valley's affairs. A flicker of pain flashed in the girl's eyes, and her hand holding the bow trembled. You Sparrow Valley captured my brother 3 months ago. To this day, his fate is unknown. My brother taught me archery, taught me to survive in the mountains and forests. If I don't save him, what kind of sister am I? Seeing you capture people again, how could I stand by idly? Where did you come from? So you're here for revenge. Today you'll learn that Sparrow Valley is not to be trifled with. And wow, this little girl is young and full of vital energy. She's the perfect human sacrifice. Of course, we as the main character have to draw our sword to help, seeing injustice on the road. And thankfully, well, we get all of our action points again. By the way, in the meantime, in the time I did not record, the game did have some updates, and we can go a bit further into those updates in a moment. It has to do with some of the character talents as well. But they are currently reworking some. So some got buffed, then Archer initially did get a nerf, but then they, reversed the nerf again, since people complained, because, I will agree, it's kind of annoying if they suddenly in the middle of your run just release an update which kind of bricks your build. And like if it's an announced update, like major game update, I am all for like changing the meta a bit. But this really wasn't the case. They just did it in the midst, like suddenly, the beta branch suddenly came live, and that's that. Now I gotta say myself, the talents in the way they are currently in the game, I'm not a big fan of them. There are so few things you can really go for that are worthwhile. Most of the time it's just like get 4% more damage, get 3% more damage, and those don't feel like true talents at all. But yeah, this right now is working out a bit. I just love it. This stupid archer spam. Of course, Liu Ming took a beating, but he leveled up. Amazing. So he's full health again. Mother of mine. The hell. Damn it, we've met our match. Brothers retreat. Young hero, please save our children. Don't worry about it. And young lady, you seem injured. Mind your own business. I don't mean anything else. I just want to help you. This young lady doesn't need anyone's help. Go away. Young lady, you're injured. And she left. Ha! The foundation of Tiger Flame Sect is being eroded by me bit by bit. Yep, everyone doesn't feel well. Our prosperity decreased by another 9 points in that red reed field. And that's annoying since it reduces the amount of money I get. But as for the nerfs, well, as mentioned, they wanted to nerf supporter attack, but they, well, revised it again, so it's back to the version we are used to. But essentially they wanted to reduce the chance of it triggering, and every time it triggered in a combat or in a turn rather, the chance would have been halved of a subsequent trigger. But yeah, I am not a fan of nerfing stuff. I like it a lot more when the other talents get buffed instead. Like imagine Archer Downpour instead of attack time 0.2 being like some higher value. So you'd have to decide, okay, do I want this high damage AoE or do I want support attack? Something like that. But what did get buffed is these Sword and Saber, Long Weapon Expert and Fist and Foot Expert nodes. They provide 25 aptitude now, as well as the 15% damage with their respective weapon. Previously it was +5, which to be honest is pathetic. +25 is a bit better. Now it only provides 2% more damage, in fact, but at least it's easier to learn high level skills. And then on the not all-rounder, the Iron Guard, this stat enhancement also got buffed from +5 fist, +5 staff to +15 each. Alongside that, I believe the Iron Bones Generate Blood node on the All-Rounder also got buffed, which instead of triggering below 35% health is now triggered below 50% health. And I think that's more or less it. Yeah, I think so. Like nothing major. I still gotta say, especially with Shadow, a lot of these talents are just meh. You can have 10% more damage when the enemy is below 35% HP, but this is not really that impactful since when he stat load HP, he most likely has a weak point break already on him, which means you can just dish out damage and the extra damage does not matter. Similarly, 5 to 10% extra damage when attacking an enemy above 50% HP is also underwhelming. Like, what is 5 or 10% damage? Or 3% total damage at all times. But yeah, it's very bizarre. Now, something I should probably address is this right here. This is from a mod. In like one thing I got annoyed at, and I played another run in the meantime, is to develop the area. Like clicking on it once would increase it by 10%. So if you want to get an area from 0 to 75, you'd need to click on it 8 times. And this option right here is just a mod option. It accumulates the cost and like gives you the cost until it's like completely maxed out. And this does the same until the shop is completely maxed out. So just some quality of life for me. But since we're here, let us recruit the colorful butterfly fairy. The Vine Doctor Tongue. The Jianghu is treacherous and stormy. Although Tiger Flame is not a place to escape from the entire world, it is willing to offer you a haven where you can reside. Thank you very much. Yunlai Nisha. Oh, so it turns out you are the young master or the sect master of Tiger Flame. Exactly. Would you be willing to join? And her brother even pushes her to join as well. Yep, as long as I have a quiet place to study herbs, I'll join. Thank you. A renowned doctor of WindStop Valley, known as Fairy Saidi. She travels the Jianghu with superb medical skills, especially skilled in treating minor flesh wounds and various types of poisoning. Usually gentle and steady, she possesses the warm heartedness of an ancient healer. With her, we will immediately go for Alchemical Sect, so we get some additional medicine each passing turn. Then we can go for the White Ox Gratitude event. Sect Master, you saved my elder sister in times of peril. This kindness and virtue I will never forget. No need for this, such a grand gesture. Why be so formal, Bainyo? The Jianghu is treacherous, and well, seeing injustice on the road, I have to help. Your elder sister's matter was just a trivial effort. Well, Bainyo also wants to become a great hero like the Sect Master, upholding justice and righteousness in Jianghu. Huh, good. When there's a will, there's a way, then you must train seriously. And we get some additional rewards. Now we can go for the Boar Fort or rebuild the Shadow Hall, but let us explore the Boar Fort. Squad action only, he says. That looks like a good squad. I would like the green jade discs, but I'm fine with everything. Can explore the foot of the mountain, there's a scattered road. Let's go for the mountain pass. Okay, those bandits are super easy to deal with. The two bandits have fled. There's a trail. Let's advance it. Okay, some bees. Level 10 bees is fine. We can still manage those. I do wish I was a bit higher level, but I can't have everything. Well, what I should have done is I should have repositioned Joe. I should have positioned him in the rightmost lane. We dodge, amazing. And another boar down. Okay, love it. Yeah, it's that simple. Some XP for us. There's the mountain peak. We can climb down. Now, if we have enough lightness value, we get +3 on our main character. We can also jump down right here and get the butterfly dance manual, which is a lot of text. But it improves your crit chance and speed if that's something that interests you, and is a legendary manual. Sync your figures. What are they planning? What are you doing here? Let's fight them again. They escaped. Let's check the situation inside. This is a stone cave. Can we open the chest? We can. We are smart enough. We get a garment, a bow, some pills. Okay, I gotta see who I can equip this on. Okay, Meow Tong is getting a new bow with a lot of extra stats, 74 attack, 28% hit, or 28 hit. And Jacopo is getting a new fine jowling garment. We also got a lightness skill, a night shadow, but it's not too amazing. Let's continue heading to the corridor. There is Pan Matsu and Liang Shong from that Borage again. And well, for their old brother, big brother, they are fighting me again. It's the same battle as the previous one. Yep, we killed them. They are dead. Now, in case you did not kill their old brother, there's even a revelation in that they went back to farming pigs again. But well, we killed them. As mentioned, I needed the achievement, and so there's that. And now lastly, we can rebuild the Shadow Hall, and then we are out of action points again. Yep, this is the Shadow Hall, perfect for assassinations. What you can do with it is you can assassinate a random target from another faction. And when I say random target, it's none of the main important characters, but rather any of those random characters. And you can kill one of them. And in the next fight, they can deploy less units. All in all, it's very underwhelming since you cannot choose who you target. It's like, look at how many they have, probably 15 random characters. Even 20 with this guy. Super underwhelming. Now I sadly don't have any action points left to attack the Dragon Bay, so there's that. Now I do wish there were more ways of attaining further, since well, since your action points depend on your further level and how many like bonuses you've unlocked, but sadly there are not many ways right now in the game. And let's see what they are planning. Okay, I did not mean to skip that dialogue, whatever. Young Hero, the Sparrow Valley is hosting a fish viewing and flower appreciation gathering. Here is the invitation. And well, we wonder what he is up again. Okay, I don't know why it kept skipping. What is he really up to? Well, I wonder what he's up to. Huh, it's you, we say, since it's the Archer girl. Weren't you injured back in the Herbalist Clear Scream? How's your injury now? Has it improved? Thank you for your concern, it's no longer serious. Everyone, today you honor me by attending this grand fish watching and flower admiring gathering of Sparrow Valley. I am most honored. Also, I took this opportunity to clarify some of my true intentions. Indeed, recently in Jianghu there has been a constant strife. Our Valley Master merely acted in accordance with the times, yet he was slandered as a villain. But he's truly innocent. Now, with this grand gathering, we also wish to borrow a bit of your influence. Would that be alright? Huh? There's something strange in this valley. Could it be? The Valley Master's plan is truly ingenious. All these unruly commoners are controlled by the array laid out in the valley. For the sacrificial offerings to heaven, we can have as many human victims as we need. Ha! Quickly apprehend them. Don't let a single one escape. Take action! Quick, quick! Round up all these people for me. I still need to claim a reward from the Celestial Master. A person got killed. What person? The Archer. Your grandmother is here. Your Sparrow Valley offering living people as sacrifices is intolerable to heaven. Huh. Right. Could have been you've been the one obstructing us all along. A bunch of charlatans. Today I will act on behalf of heaven and cleanse you evil spirits. How dare you run wildly? Of course, reset. Rejoin. Okay, I'll probably need to end the team, but I don't have enough space. Let's do it like that. My Lidan is slightly injured, but that should be alright. I should have swapped Joe again in terms of position. I need to start doing so. Because this is not the most efficient order I could have. Whatever. Wait a sec, do you have that stupid oil flask? Don't tell me. He dodged, sadly. Lujui is super low, I don't like this. Ooh. Stunned, I hate those words. I really don't know what your ability is, it doesn't seem to be support. Okay, they've slightly recovered. We need to go in now though. Ding Xuan is super powerful in terms of HP, that is insane. Of course he has his Blood Valley or Blood Array, which provides him some defense, and that's how he can recover the main guy. Lujui, you're tanking a lot, but we gotta step up a bit our game. Okay. Weak defense break is good. Finally. Oh my god. Okay, this was closer than I would have liked. Two people very close to being dead. Of course, they have their home buff. Somewhere it should be. We can find it at some point. Bagua Array? No, that's not the one. Array Master. Blood Wrath Shield. One of those at least, which buffs him a ton. That's why he got all of those healing things as well as damage reduction. Please tell me you leveled up. God damn. You really are someone who loves to meddle in people's business. I am. Young lady, you should withdraw first. I'll cover you. Farewell. Goodbye. Just jump out of there. And he's siphoning more of our prosperity away. I hate you. But now we can work on dealing with this array. We can recruit the girl, the bow girl. Hello, bow girl. Did the sect master notice that young lady opposite of us? The bow of her on her back has considerable power. She must be a highly skilled archer. Yes, she does look familiar. It's you again, young lady. I didn't expect to meet you again. Huh. Meddlesome is a bit too much of a praise for me. I am Angel of Tiger Flame. May I ask for your name? Ju Juana. Even though you saved me last time, don't expect me to be grateful to you. Huh. I never expected something like that. And what could you repay me with? From head to toe, there's not a single bit of excess fat on your body. Even if you wanted to marry me, I wouldn't be interested. What the fuck are you saying? Just joking, just joking. If I didn't owe you a favor from last time, I'd really shoot an arrow through your throat. But you do have an interesting way of talking. Completely different from those hypocrites at Sparrow Valley. Oh? It seems you have a deep grudge against Sparrow Valley. Of course, that old charlatan Wan Hu Chong not only disrupts nature to privately create a paradise on Earth, but he also sets up a blood array for human sacrifice. The folks of Dao Hua village have suffered terribly because of him. Yep, last time he deliberately set up a fish viewing and flower admiring gathering just to gather all the villagers together. A truly vicious method. Exactly, if I don't avenge it, how could I face the villagers? Well, young lady, what's your proper plan? Well, she's shooting the guy dead with one arrow. Listening to your words, it seems everything is caused by the blood array. Exactly. In earlier years, Wan Huchang was critically ill and on the verge of death. While seeking medical treatment, he heard from the Feng Shui master Ding Xuan about a method to prolong life by sacrificing others, and thus he immediately set up the blood array. Who would have thought the old charlatan was not meant to die? Soon after the array was activated, his condition began to improve. Wan Hichong firmly believes these supernatural forces can help him greatly increase his power, and he even wants to expand his influence by harnessing the power of the blood array. How could we let something like that happen? We recruit her, and we can now deal with the blood array level 15. I really gotta consider if we can do it right now, since we are a bit lower level, but I'd like to do it as soon as possible just to not lose prosperity anymore. Now, since we are level 13 on our main character as well, we also can unlock the third talent. Here we either could have Crippler Arrow, which after dealing damage to an enemy applies 2 stacks of Cripple, which reduces the healing they receive. Very underwhelming in my opinion, and this is what I meant with your talents mostly suck. You could nerf some of these, but I'd rather have you buff the different talents. The second one, when an attack scores a crit, apply 2 stacks of Bleeding. Bleeding is alright since it deals some extra damage and can open up some synergy on the shadow, but not that amazing. And lastly, at the start of the turn, if the character is alive on the field, increase the crit of all units by 15%. That is the best out of the bunch. I'm also now considering perhaps leveling up my main crew to level 13 and then tackling the dungeon once I'm level 13, so I get some additional damage, some defense, and Preemptive Strike. Yeah, I believe that is a good option to do so. I also had to spec Ju Juana into some different talents. She did not have any at all. So yeah, talentless girl. You know what? Since we are already at war with Dragon Bay, let us attack them. We will attack Shark Bay. This would give us some XP this fight. It's also gonna be an interesting testament to how strong our team is. I probably should have healed him a bit, but such is life. And let's see how well this will work out. Like, taking over some additional domain would also be super nice, since it does provide us with more income. So there's that. That appears to be alright. We can also, you know what, we'll start with this. Get some recovery going on our team. Okay, good. One guy down. Yes, continued. Perfect. Second guy down. We just want to deal with these random NPCs. These two are main characters, as such they are stronger. In particular, she would have super high dodge, but she did not get a single dodge. That's amazing. Okay, continue on with this. Try to target some of those members. These internal and lightness arts are really not that good. Okay, good, he got a defense break. Because now we can work on getting him to defense break. Perfect. We dealt with this super flawlessly. That's how it should go. I'm now considering using my second action to also attack right here, just to take over this territory. These other events, Lu Jui could be interesting, Tang Caidi and Chu Huana, but I really want some territory. I think I'll go for that. Let's see who we are up against this time. Super easy, super chill. None of those are main characters. Okay, that fight was unspectacular. We did get some level ups. That is nice. And we now have the first part of their territory, the Shark Bay. We can also develop the area a bit. And this is what I meant, you have to click multiple times. But currently my currency is not high enough that I could just like max out everything. I should max out some of these areas though. I definitely should. Because this is investment for the future. And in particular, I'll max out these areas that are not being zapped right now by the enemy. Maybe our main hall as well? Okay, I don't have nearly enough. And then we can end our turn again. Has the injury on your palm improved somewhat? Thank you for your concern, my lord. It's much better. The power of the Storm Flame palm truly lives up to its reputation. Oh, is that so? Compared to your Fang's Ghostfire, which one's stronger? The outcome should speak for itself. Of course, the Ghostfire would have been stronger. Huh. Your Ghostfire must be the martial art with the strongest lethality in the current Jianghu, right? I can only say that within Shifeng Valley, I have yet to meet my match. But martial arts are like towering snow-capped peaks. Reaching the highest realm is my lifelong pursuit. Well, in my view, the lethality of your Fang's Ghostfire undoubtedly reaches the pinnacle. But as you've said, martial arts are not limited to a single move's power. How to counter moves, how to withstand powerful enemies, how to maintain the endurance, and how to preserve vitality forever. These are all realms you can explore. What you say is most true, my lord. This is precisely what I'm studying now. If one move cannot subdue the enemy, then where's my follow-up? Huh. You still ask about the follow-up. The world is just like that. Oh, what do you mean? Jianghu conflicts are no different from court struggles. Everyone schemes for a single decisive victory, but few consider how to allow the world to sustain its vitality. Look at that city to the north, splendid and glorious, filled with golden sunflowers, yet not a single white sunflower is seen. Where golden sunflowers abound, prosperity flourishes. Where white sunflowers are few, the common people are silent. Your words, could they be? Golden sunflowers are dazzling, competing to grow towards the sunlight. White sunflowers are humble, yet plume towards people's hearts. When matters here are accomplished, I wish to invite you to accompany to plant some white sunflowers in that city. At that time, we can trace the stream, brew tea, and admire the city full of white sunflowers. Wow. White sunflowers will eventually bloom. I am willing to follow you, my lord, to use my body as soil to let those roots grow deep and immortal. But now your subordinate is dull-witted. Does my lord have any leads on the seeds of these white sunflowers? Yes, I do. Are you aware of the Bloodvine sect? The Bloodvine sect, the sect that threw the western regions into chaos decades ago. Indeed. Back then, the Bloodvine sect cultivated a sinister strange flower to practice martial arts, causing their power to increase 100-fold. That strange flower is called the Nine-Infant Sunflower Emperor. After the major sects of the western regions joined forces to exterminate this sect, the Nine-Infant Sunflower Emperor became extinct. Well, when we wiped out the Tiger Flame sect earlier, Fox inadvertently discovered the world's only seed and its cultivation method. Moreover, I have also found fertile soil to cultivate the remaining seed. Congratulations, my lord! Just wait 60 days, and once the wondrous flower matures, you will possess a boundless blood energy to push the fanged Ghostfire to its ultimate state. At that time, your Ghostfire will no longer be mere mortal flame, but a fire that devours the heaven and seizes the sun. Is that so? By then, your fanged Ghostfire will likely be capable of incinerating me even in a single strike. I am different from you, my lord. My fire burns with blood, while your fire burns for the world. Enough. Say no more. Let's wait 60 days. Yo, Sect Master! There's a mysterious man outside asking to see you. Claims to be from the Dragon Bay sect. Oh, it's strange. I've never seen this man before. He says he has important business to discuss with you in private. Yo man, Sect Master Yin, I've long heard of your name. Who might you be? They call me Old Song. Sect Master, you can also call me that. I am a cook for Dragon Bay sect. I have not come empty-handed. I bring Madame Long Wanying's sincere intentions and a world-shaking plan. Just as a fun fact, I have never seen this dialogue. I have almost always conquered Dragon Bay at this stage already, and this event never triggered. Oh, Long Waning, the mistress of Dragon Bay sect? Speak. Madame Long wishes to join forces with your esteemed sect to plot against Dongfang Zhouyu. If this succeeds, the territory will be split equally between our two families. Okay, I'm interested now. Split Dragon Bay equally, oh? Aren't Madame Long and Dongfang Zhouyu deeply in love? Why would she make such a decision? Sect Master Yin, you may not know, but that old scoundrel Dongfang Zhouyu is a hypocrite. Back then, to marry Long Waning, he didn't hesitate to set up a treacherous scheme to frame us. Forced by the old scoundrel's Dongfang's formidable martial prowess, Madame Long could only submit and stay at Dragon Bay, waiting for an opportunity to take revenge. Huh. So that's how it is. Tell me about your plan. The key lies in Beaver Bay. Although Dongfang Zhouyu is strong, his defenses at Beaver Bay are as weak as paper. And Dragon Bay's third brother, Dongfang Yi, often wanders alone outside, rarely guarding Beaver Bay. Once we strike when they are unprepared, Dongfang Zhouyu will personally dispatch troops back for reinforcement. Huh. So if they dispatch troops, Dragon Bay will become empty. Exactly. Once he leaves, we can attack the unguarded place. At that time, Madame Long will seize the opportunity to rise up, attacking from both inside and outside, trapping Dongfang Zhuyu like a turtle in a jar. Sure. I don't have a contingency plan outside of, well, we gotta be strong enough if they also decide to betray us, but yeah. Brilliant plan indeed. This move of making a feint to the east and attacking the west is indeed excellent. My Tiger Flame sect accepts. A word once spoken cannot be taken back even by a team of 4 horses. Old Song quickly returned to Dragon Bay and informed Madame Long that my Tiger Flame sect's elite soldiers and fierce generals are already awaiting orders to march to Dragon Bay. Please discuss. Yep, we absolutely should be wary of deception. Zheng Hu's treacherous. But, well, her plan's not entirely without merit. What I would like to see is her also immediately acting. Because once she immediately acts, she is like forced or locked into her decision. And in that case, we have like the choice of whether we want to get involved. Whereas if we first attack, we are the chess piece and she's a player. But yes, this is absolutely an excellent opportunity, this conflict. Yes, we gain a coiled snake sword. And this bastard attacks. Okay, easy. Relatively easy. Zhanhua has exhausted her. Ah, did I not? Okay, I need to override this team then. I forgot to replace Zhanhua with Jacopo, the most beautiful of them all. Yeah, so this was one of the cleanest fights. I don't think I need to show that one. Kismet spirit shall be guarded, yeah. Prosperity decreases further. I'm losing money due to that. But as mentioned, I'd like to be higher XP level before I address it. We are currently... Okay, Lujui is actually level 13 as well, which means we can unlock one of these 3 traits. Either when dealing damage to a target, if the target's HP is higher than your own, deal 15% more damage. Sounds good, but very quickly falls off, since if your archers hit the enemy before you, suddenly they are lower health and you gain nothing. Then we have +1 IWP, which is ignore weapon penalty. Basically, when your character is like equipped with a sword and using a blade or a fist move, something that doesn't synergize with your weapon, you get a 50% weapon penalty, and this just ignores it. Or Preemptive Strike. At the start of combat, you go all out to strike an enemy first, like prioritizing same row targets, dealing attack times 1 damage, and you additionally inflict damage equals to 15% of their current HP. But the downside is your damage will be lowered for the next 2 turns. I'll definitely take this, and the reason is quite simple: support attack. Now, support attack can trigger up to 5 times per turn, and this triggers before the first round even starts. So if it hits an enemy, we can then combo with the support attack, and then another support attack, another, up to 5, and then the first turn starts and our support attack gets refreshed to 5 again, and that's like super good. Now, Illidan is also level 13, but actually when you start the game he automatically has these unlocked. I would like to swap it over to Backstab in case I get some synergy with it, counterattack, and I guess a duel. Chiu needs some more XP, same with Juhuana and Liu Ming. I guess we can go hunt again, or we can take over some more territory. But I believe we are already at 39 minutes, so that is gonna be it. Hope you enjoyed episode 7. See you guys next time. Have a great day.